10 interesting facts about London. Number 1. Big Ben is not the name for the tower. It is a common mistake. But Big Ben is actually not the name for the iconic tower in London. Big Ben is actually the name for the clock in the tower. Even locals nowadays refer to this place as the Big Ben Tower. The tower is located at the north end of the Palace of Westminster in London. 2012 onward, the object is named as Elizabeth Tower, but in the past, the tower was known as the Clock Tower. Number 2. London is the smallest city in England. Yes, you heard that right. What you think of London is actually just a small urban area part of the Greater London region. The City of London covers only 1.2 square miles and has a population of around 7,500 residents. As such, the City of London is actually the smallest city in England. Greater London, on the other hand, is an English region which encompasses surrounding towns covering 606 square miles and having a population of over 8.7 million residents. Number 3. London has 170 museums. London is an important cultural and historical center, and museums could not have missed in this area. If you get to visit this wonderful city, you would definitely lose a lot from your trip if you don't stop by one of them. The British Museum, the National Gallery, the Imperial War Museum, the British Library, and the Wallace Collection are just some of them. Number 4. The smallest statue in the world is built in London. A statue displaying two mice eating a piece of cheese is known as the smallest statue in the world. It is that small that you have to pay attention or someone must point you to it. You might probably wonder about its significance. The story behind it is quite interesting. History says that the statue was built to remember two builders who were engaged in a fight after accusing each other to have eaten their meal. Both of them died, and later it was understood that mice had actually eaten their meal. Number 5. Death in Parliament is not illegal. The story that it is illegal to die in Parliament is actually a pure myth. Its popularity has often been considered concerning, and authorities have tried to convince people that there's no such restriction. Some were also interested in understanding what could have caused this belief to exist. It is said that this myth could have come from the idea that everyone who dies in the royal palace is eligible for a state funeral. However, entering the Parliament Houses in London wearing armor suits are prohibited, and this is not a myth. Number 6. Over than 300 languages are spoken in London. There's hardly any other place in the world more diverse than London. Expats coming from different nationalities shared a large proportion of its population, which enumerates around 8.7 million family residents. They practice their original traditions and communicate in their native language. Due to this unbelievable diversity in London, it is estimated that there are over 300 languages spoken in London. Chances are that if you're on a trip to London, you can easily someone to communicate in your native language. Number 7. What does the name London stands for? What you think today of an amazing city has a long and not completely known history. Some standing theories state that London was first built from Romans around 50 AD. The origin of its name has also a puzzling history. During history, London used to have different names including Londonium, Ludenwick, Ludenberg. The most accepted version is that the name for London has derived from the Old Celtic word Londonus, which means to be bold. Number 8. London buses were not always red. Red buses are for sure the most typical thing that your mind associates with London. The iconic vehicles didn't always have this color. Once upon a time, each of them had a different color, with each color signifying a different route. To stand out the competition, the biggest company of buses, London General Omnibus Company, decided to paint their buses with the red color in 1907. Ever since, London buses have been red. Number 9. Over 8.7 million people live in London. According to the most up-to-date estimation, more than 8.7 million people reside in the UK's capital. As such, London is the largest city in the UK by population. Number 10. Most billionaires in the world. More than 80 billionaires live in London, making it the city with higher number of billionaires in the world. Moreover, London billionaires represent 80% of all billionaires living in the UK. In this aspect, London leaves behind big cities like New York, San Francisco, Moscow, Paris, etc. Subscribe to get more facts. Thanks for watching.